So I was lucky enough to meet Hanan through the work we were doing in Swansea back in the summer of 2023.
Just we clicked really as soon as we met. Lovely girl.
There's so much around Hanan's story that's really special.
It was a sort of situation where she was damned if she did, damned if she don't.
It reminded me of why I created Fighting Homelessness in the first place.
If someone else can do it, I can as well. And it sort of pushed her from there really.
I created Fighting Homelessness because I love cool, awesome stories. Just to say like that we was a part of such an awesome journey of a person's achievements and those individuals. Just to say that we were able to support a person do something incredible.
I met Hanan in MMA.
We met Hanan with very little information about her situation. All we knew was that she'd been in prison, I guess, and things like that. We didn't know much about her story. And this is where the great work of Alicia and Di came in, because I met her twice and trained her twice, and then she disappeared, and then came back around the September time of 2024.
Before fighting homelessness, I was in a very bad place in life. I did come across fighting homelessness, but on a really short moment right before I went to jail. I was pregnant and I was on bail basically while I was going to courts, and I had the local authorities. Like, it was a lot of things happening at the same time.
The first time I met her, she was a bit closed, but after a couple of sessions, she sort of opened up a bit more to me. I think what helped Hanan open up a bit more is I've been in similar situations to her, so she was quite open about her situation, which led us to help her.
We were very lucky that she came back just at the right time where we were doing our 10-week programme with Cornelius of Welsh Gladiators. And there come a day that was really humbling where we had a great session, we had a great time chatting and everything. We got to the train heading home, and she just completely opened up, and I just really, at that point, felt I knew what we needed to do for her. I felt I knew Hanan and what we could achieve with her. And basically, the moment that she opened up our story, we went to work.
I think she confided in me because of the similarities in, situations, personality, lifestyle. And it helped her have an end goal.
Because of the fact that she was not a citizen here in the UK, she couldn't have access to any housing, so she was homeless. She couldn't have access to any benefits because she's not a citizen, couldn't gain any employment because she couldn't claim national insurance. So she had quite literally nothing to help her at all in the UK. As a result, then she ended up involved with people she shouldn't. But it was, again, when people think of that on the surface of it without any context, they think that, she's just hanging out with bad people because she wants to be a bad person. It wasn't that at all. The fact was the only people that put a roof above her head at that time was those bad people. So it's just purely survival. And I feel for her, because it makes you think that if we were able to support a person like that, then we may have avoided so much of Hanan's troubles. I really believe that.
I really felt like I was a part of a community. It helped me stay away from like going back to my old ways, like giving up, like just taking all my aggressions out on being fit and like doing the kickboxing really. And I met so many different people with so many different stories, and it was a really nice experience.
I openly told her about my situation and what I went through. Not exactly the same, but the similarities in it. And from that, she used some of that you know, to her advantage.
And she felt like she was outnumbered. She felt like she was up against such a huge barrier with what she was trying to achieve. And I just remember saying to her one day that, you know, I said, if you need anything, like, let us know. And she didn't realise she could tell us that. And I guess that was kind of a learning curve for fighting homelessness myself, is to make sure we embed that nice and early. But the very last thing then is, if you could get a message to Hanan now, what would you say to her?
Just keep going. You know, you've done the inevitable, really. You don't see what you've managed to do a lot. So if you ever feel like you're struggling, just look back and think, I done this, and this is the biggest thing that you could have done to change your life around. If you can make it this far, you can do anything.
We've talked about before around not just tackling homelessness now, but that generational stuff. The fact that now we've given Hanan the toolkit, not just for herself now, but for her daughter moving forward, I think it's so cool to talk about that. We can longer term really look at ending these kind of barriers and challenges that are faced by women in the world, not just here in the UK, but across everywhere. So just really, really chuffed that fighting homelessness got to achieve what we achieved working with Hanan. I'm so chuffed for Alicia and Di to achieve what they've achieved with working with Hanan, and most importantly, really chuffed and proud that Hanan achieved what she achieved with her daughter.
My daughter has finally came, thank God. I'm seeing her on Monday now, tomorrow basically. I've just got an apartment, and now I have access to school. Unfortunately, there's nothing like fighting homelessness here, which I really loved and helped me a lot mentally. Right now, I'm not where I want to be in life, but I'm in such a place that I think I can get where I want to be in life.